Sometimes we think we know exactly what we want, but one unexpected moment can make us question everything. What if something that once made us feel confident suddenly makes us uncomfortable? What if the thing we proudly called our freedom suddenly makes us stop and think? That's exactly what happened to a young woman named Sharmila. And what she understood that day changed the way she looked at herself forever. Hello friends, how are you? You are listening to Kaadhal Mozhigal. Here we talk about simple stories from everyday life. Stories that sometimes leave us with something to think about. So come on, let's go into today's story. Sharmila was 23. She lived in Chennai and worked at a popular dress shop in a busy area. She was confident, stylish, and very interested in fashion. She always knew what was trending. Whenever she went out, she liked dressing differently. She wanted people to notice her. She wanted people to look at her and think she really knew how to carry herself. At first, there was nothing wrong with that. She simply liked fashion, but slowly something changed. Looking good became less important than being noticed. She started choosing clothes with one thought in mind: everyone should notice me. Her mother, Meenakshi, noticed this change. She never had a problem with modern clothes. She didn't believe that a woman had to dress traditionally all the time. But she was worried about the reason behind Sharmila's choices. One morning, when Sharmila was getting ready for work, her mother casually told her that she could choose something a little more suitable. Sharmila immediately got irritated. She felt that her mother was trying to control her. Her answer was simple: my clothes, my choice. Meenakshi didn't argue. She just told her, one day you will understand why I'm saying this. Sharma didn't think much about it. For her, that matter was over. At the dress shop, Sharma became quite popular. The shop owner was actually happy about it. Whenever she was working, more people seemed to come into the store. Some came to buy clothes. Some were clearly interested in seeing Sharmila. The owner didn't complain. Business was good. Sales was increasing. One day, he even told her that she was bringing a lot of customers to the shop. That made Sharmila extremely happy. For her, it felt like success. She started thinking, people are noticing me, people like me. Her confidence grew even more. Whenever her mother tried to say something, Sharmila would simply repeat the same thing: my clothes, my choice. She genuinely believed that she was right. A few days later, there was a wedding in the family. Her mother asked her to come along. Sharma got ready in a modern outfit that she really liked. Whenever Meenakshi saw her, she hesitated for a moment. It was a traditional family wedding. She gently asked if Sharmila wanted to choose something a little more suitable. Sharmila immediately became annoyed again. She felt that her mother was always saying the same thing. So Meenakshi simply stopped talking. They went to the wedding. There were relatives everywhere. Some people looked at Sharmila. Some complimented her. Some quietly discussed her outfit. Sharmila noticed all of it, and secretly she enjoyed the attention. To her, it felt like another confirmation that she was doing the right thing. A few days later, Sarmila's close friend had a birthday party. Her friend specifically asked Sarmila to bring her mother. So Sarmila invited Meenakshi. That evening, Sarmila dressed up stylishly. Meenakshi, on the other hand, wore a simple cotton sari, a small bindi, small earrings, nothing flashy. When Sarmila saw her, she was irritated. She wondered why her mother couldn't dress up a little for the party. Meenakshi simply smiled and said she was comfortable that day only. But Sharmila took it personally. She argued with her mother. The argument became bigger after they returned home. Sharmila finally told her mother not to interfere in her clothing choices. And once again, my clothes, my choice. After that, she stopped talking properly to her mother. The days passed. Sharmila continued working at the shop. Her confidence continued to grow until one afternoon something happened. The shop was crowded. A family walked in, a father, mother, and a little daughter. The little one noticed Sharmila. She kept looking at her clothes. The girl's mother smiled and casually asked her, "Do you want a little dress like hers?" The little girl nodded happily. Sharmila felt proud. She smiled. For a moment, she felt exactly the same happiness she always felt when people noticed her. But then she noticed the way the girl's father was looking at her. It was not the kind of attention she enjoyed. She tried to ignore it, but she couldn't. That look made her uncomfortable. For the first time, she moved away. She went to the washroom and stood in front of the mirror. She looked at herself. Usually, when she looked into that mirror, she felt proud. She would think about how good she looked, how people noticed her, how different she was. But the day a completely different question came into her mind. Why am I dressing like this? She didn't have an answer. And suddenly, another question followed. If everything looking at me makes me happy, why did that look makes me uncomfortable? The question stayed with her. On her way home that evening, she remembered her mother. She remembered the simple sari her mother had worn to the birthday party. She remembered her mom saying, "This is comfortable for me." And suddenly Sharmila realized something. She had always demanded the right to choose her own clothes. But she had ever respected her mother's choice? She had said, "My clothes, my choice." But she had never given her mother the same freedom. The thought had her. When she reached home, she found her mother in the kitchen. Usually, she would walk straight to her room. But that evening, she stopped. "Mom?" Meena, she turned around. Sharmila slowly told her everything that had happened to the shop, that uncomfortable look, the thoughts that followed, and the questions she couldn't get out her mind. Finally, she apologized. "I hurt you the day, Mom." Meena, she didn't blame her. She simply sat behind her. Then she explained what she had been trying to say all along. She never wanted Sarmila to stop wearing modern clothes. She never wanted to control her. She only wanted Sarmila to understand one thing. Freedom is not just about doing whatever we want. Freedom also means understanding our choices. If a dress makes you feel confident, comfortable, and happy, that's completely fine. But if you stop choosing something only because you want everyone to look at you, then slowly your choice stops being about you. It becomes about other people's attention. Sharmila listened quietly. Her mother continued. You can wear modern clothes. You can wear jeans. You can wear western outfits. You can follow fashion. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't choose something just because you want to become the center of everyone's attention. Choose it because you like it. Choose it because you are comfortable. Choose it because it suits you. Samila finally understood. Her mother was not against modern fashion. She was simply asking her to understand the reason behind her choices. Then Meenakshi reminded her of the birthday party. The day Sharmila criticized her for wearing a simple sari, but her mother had never criticized Sharmila's choice. In return, she had respected her daughter's freedom. Now Sharmila understood that she had to give her mother the same respect. She hugged her mother and apologized. That night, Sharmila stayed awake for a long time. She looked through some of her old photographs. Earlier, she had felt proud whenever people noticed her, but now she looked at these pictures differently. She realized that there was nothing wrong with fashion. There was nothing wrong with looking modern. The real question was, why was she choosing those glasses? The next morning, she opened her wardrobe. There were plenty of modern outfits. She didn't throw anything away. She didn't suddenly decide that modern fashion was wrong. Instead, she picked a simple, stylish, formal outfit. It was modern, it looked good, and most importantly, she felt comfortable in it. She stood in front of mirror. This time, she didn't think everyone should notice me. She simply thought, I like this. And for the first time, that was enough. From the day onward, Shamna didn't stop wearing modern clothes. She didn't stop loving fashion. She didn't change because someone forced her to. She changed because she understood herself better. For wedding, she chose outfits that suited the occasion. For work, she preferred neat, comfortable clothes. For casual outings, she dressed casually. She still followed fashion, but she no longer dressed just to make people look at her. She dressed because she liked the outfit, because she felt comfortable, and because she respected herself. Her life didn't completely change. Her style didn't disappear. What changed was the way she understood freedom. Earlier, she thought freedom meant nobody has the right to tell me what to wear. Now she understood something deeper. Nobody has the right to decide for me, but I have the responsibility to make my own choice wisely. That was a real change in the Sharmila, and slowly, even her relationship with her mother became stronger. One evening, Meenakshi looked at her daughter and smiled. She asked, now do you understand what I was trying to tell to you? Sharmila smiled back. I understand now, ma'am. We both laughed, and that small moment meant more than any argument they had ever had because Sharmila had finally understood freedom is not about getting everyone's attention. Freedom is about knowing yourself, respecting yourself, and making your own choices with confidence. And that was the real meaning of all the Sudhandiram. Freedom of choice. Friends, Sanya's story ends here, but maybe it leaves us with one small question. What does freedom really mean? Wearing what we like? Making our own choice? Making our own choices? Yes, but true freedom also comes with understanding and responsibility. Modern fashion is not wrong. Traditional clothing is not old fashioned. A sari can be beautiful. A kurti can be beautiful. Jeans can also be beautiful. Formal outfit also beautiful. At the end of the day, the clothes we wear don't decide our worth. It's the confidence, character, and respect what we carry with us that truly matter. If you like the Sharmila story, don't forget to like and share your thoughts in the comments. For more simple stories inspired by everyday life, stay with Kaadhal Mozhigal. Until we meet again,